Crime. Glad to see you again. Yeah, today I'll do some other random stream, because as you know, I stream whatever I feel like. And today I'm streaming Elden Ring. I'm fresh off the boss fight, the final boss fight. I've just beaten the game, more or less, on New Game Plus, which is to say I've beaten the game for the second time. And the reason I'm taking so long to beat these games is usually because I collect every single thing that I can, and with this character right here, I've collected every clothing, armor item in the game, which took me a lot of time, like I think 200 hours alone just for that. And I've collected most of the weapons, and what this stream is going to focus on is collecting the remainder of the weapons that the game has prior to the DLC, because I want this save game right here to prepare for the DLC, so that when the DLC hits and I install it, I don't know if I can access the DLC past beating the Elden Beast, which is the final boss of the game. I don't know if I can. I'm ready, I'm prepared. I'm still in the game world past the final boss, which is kind of a nice touch. If I cannot, I'll just start NG+2 and go from there. But I'm fairly positive that I can collect everything else along the way that I'm missing, and I'm also fairly positive that I can kill every boss that I haven't killed yet in this game. So, I have a little list handy of things that I need to collect. And then I pulled up like my inventory and to look for anything that I do not have yet. And the first item on this list is called the Dragon King's Cragblade. Its description says, piercing gravelstone sword containing primeval lightning, a portion of the Dragon Lord's power gained from a remembrance. This weapon commands great power over the paltry mortal dragons of today. So, this thing, I don't have it yet, because last time, in my first new game, I didn't... Here's a little tidbit of information. When you beat certain bosses, like legendary bosses, demigods, or gods, then you get an item that's called a remembrance, and the remembrance basically allows you to, in this place here, enter a certain room, which is that room over there, with the two fingers, and talk to this person, who lies dead now, but is usually alive, but I'm so far into the game that she's dead. And through this NPC that I can still interact with, I can receive power from remembrance. And remembrances of bosses are items that can give you either a spell or a weapon, most of the time. Or a weapon art or whatever. Like either a spell, ability, or a weapon, and you have the choice between two, which means you have to play the game at least 2 times to get every item from every remembrance. Mostly. You can... there's mausoleums strewn about the game world that allow you to duplicate remembrances, which is a functionality I didn't really fully grasp and take advantage of in my first new game, which means I could have duplicated that remembrance of the Dragon Lord and got to both items, but I didn't. So I'll have to do it all over again, because I really didn't care, and I didn't care to collect everything in that game. That is to say, yeah, that I'll have to collect everything that I'm missing right now. I haven't collected every talisman yet, I haven't collected every shield yet, I haven't collected every single item yet, I think. I'm still missing some items in the game world, but I don't care about random items and, like, I don't know, throwables and consumables and crafting materials, I don't care about those, because I can craft these, or I can buy these from vendors here in the Round Table Hold. Which is on fire, by the way, because I set fire to the fucking Erd tree. Which is like the huge fucking tree that looms over you the entire game until the very end, where you just set it ablaze, which is one of the most epic moments in gaming history. So, yeah, and such it is that I'm still missing a couple of weapons, so the first weapon on my list is the Dragon King's Cragblade. The second weapon on my list that I'm missing is the Beastman's Cleaver, which I'll also get from the same area where I'll have to beat the boss in, so I don't have to venture too far. And the third and last item on my list that is missing is the Gargoyle's Great Axe, but unfortunately I cannot get this time because it requires me to kill a gargoyle that I've already killed that doesn't respawn, and I regrettably sold that axe for runes by accident, so I cannot get it back, which means I'll have to pick this particular weapon up in the next new game cycle, which I'm only going to start with that character if, when the DLC drops, I cannot access it past having beaten the game. So that's kind of a bummer, but I'll leave it open in my tabs just to remind myself that this is still the thing that I'm missing. So my mission objective today is collect the last two weapons that I'm missing, because if we go into my inventory, I'm sorry about that. If you go into my inventory, then we can see, there we go, that I've collected pretty much every single fucking weapon that there is, and some of these you'll have to farm. And farming weapons in Elden Ring is kind of a big hurdle for most people, because a lot of the weapons have really low drop chance, and I'm talking like 0.5% drop chance for some of these. Like the Noble Slender Sword right here has, I think, a 0.5% drop chance, if it isn't even as low as 0.1% drop chance. There's plenty of nobles carrying this weapon around, so it's actually not too uncommon for it to drop, but it is going to take you at least a couple of hours to get one of these. I got two of these actually by accident, which is kind of nice. And then there's like where is it? This one, Noble's Estoc. This thing is even rarer because fewer nobles carry it. It has the same drop chance of, I think, 0.5%. Like, there's a 0.5% of this thing to drop when you kill one of those wandering nobles who carries it. And there's fewer nobles carrying that, I think. And this makes the thing even rarer. Yeah, there's plenty of rare weapons. And one of the weapons on the list, the Beastman's Cleaver, is such a rare weapon. You can only get it if you kill the hulking beastman carrying it. And these guys are actually quite hard to kill, so I'll be in for a nice time. But first order of the day is to get the Dragon King's Cragblade, and getting that requires killing a boss I haven't beaten yet in this new game cycle, which is kind of exciting because I love boss battles in these games, and it's one of the best boss battles in this game, period. But it's also fucking hard, and I might just fail considerably. You might notice my coughing. It's funny that the cold I've caught has gotten better and simultaneously worse. So the copious amounts of sneezing ceased, but like the coughing persists, and the coughing isn't as frequent as it used to be, but it's simultaneously getting worse in terms of pain. So that's a thing. Yeah, but before we go, I'll decide on who I want to be. I've made plenty of appearances during my time in Elden Ring, most of which I shared on Reddit, and most of which have at least 200 to 500 upvotes, so Reddit loves them. let's apply some cosmetics. So my default name for female characters is Lilura, which I find to be very nice sounding. And let's see what she looks like, right? Detailed appearance. That's her face. She's modeled after an Elder Scrolls Dunmer. And I've actually done quite a few Elder Scrolls races in Elden Ring with varying degrees of success. Most of them look plain human, but that's because, like, Imperials, Lords, and Bretons and shit, they're like humans. It's fairly uneventful, to be quite honest. But you can save things to favorites, and you can load favorites, and I've plenty of favorites. So my very first female character that I did that didn't look like crap was this one. On Reddit I called her Holy Knight Adelaide, I think. And yeah, it's just like the standard, you know, ginger hair, freckles, white skin. The second character that I did was this one, Mara the Red Hood, I think is what I called her. Then this one, the half Oni Ibuki, which is modeled a little bit after like these Japanese geisha girls, with what the white paint in the face and the red lips, and the nature of the face paint lends to it a porcelain quality because it looks somewhat cracked, which is kind of nice. Then there's this one. This is my rendition of the Glow-Eyed Queen. The Glow-Eyed Queen in Elden Ring lore is basically the leader of the Godskin Apostles. And the Godskin Apostles are like guys who develop tools and spells to kill gods and take their skin and try to seize their power. And the Glow-Eyed Queen is more or less the leader of them, and this is my rendition of it. Then I did this one a while back. It's a character design focused on the element of the Flame of Frenzy. Now the Flame of Frenzy is, in Elden Ring lore, an entity, an outer god, whose emissary is the Three Fingers, which is a hand with three fingers. And you can meet it and inherit the Flame of Frenzy, which will give you the Flame of Frenzy ending, which is what I have gotten in this new game cycle. And yeah, she's centered around that kind of thing. Usually she has glowing yellow eyes, but since my default character customization options don't show that, you can see that. Then there's this one, which is the Ice Rain Sorceress. Hold on just a second. I need to pause my voice real quick. Just, where's the button? Just a second. So, I'm back again. Anyways, so this is the Ice Rain Sorceress, which is modeled with you guessed it, winter and ice in mind. Slightly blue skin, blue hair, with kind of face paint in the middle there. I kind of really like that design for some reason. This is the Blood Flame Witch, which is modeled after the Blood Flame, which is some form of ability that you can have and that you can get. And it turned out to be quite well, and she looks super done with everything. Like, she's looking simultaneously pissed and pretty damn tired of just about anything. This one here is actually modeled after a Skyrim Draugr, which I'm really proud of, by the way. I managed to take a normal face and make it look like a skull, and I really like it. It actually won a contest on some Discord server, but the reward I was putting into a raffle because I couldn't do anything with it. It was I think I won like a Discord Nitro for 1 month, and there's just no way I can have any application for that, so I just put it in a raffle, and somebody else is now having that. This is my stone golem. Actually, the face is built on a base of a female face, and then I just built it up from there. And the stone golem is actually quite stony, and I think the only male character in this lineup. I think, yeah. Very, very rock hard dude. Yeah, this is my Dark Elf, of course. This is my rendition of an Elder Scrolls Breton. I try to get inspired by the Elder Scrolls Online default appearance of a Breton. This is my rendition of an Elder Scrolls Nord. This is the Bearer of the Curse from Dark Souls 2. So in Dark Souls 2, you play as the Bearer of the Curse. You're an accursed undead, and when you die, you slowly hollow, and that is reflected by the way you look, and you start to get green skin and white eyes, and your hair starts to recede past a certain point, and this is the imagery that I try to replicate, and people love it a lot, actually. I don't know if it's past 700 upvotes on Reddit, or if it's just about 700, but people love it. This is my Empyrean Battle Droid, is what I've called it. It's just a pretty face with porcelain skin and white hair to invoke the appearance of what an android in the world of Elden Ring could look like. And this is my rendition of an Elder Scrolls Bosmer Wood Elf. You know, the green eyes, the slightly tan skin, the brown hair. Worked out pretty well. So, now it begs the question, who do we want to be for today's farming session? I suppose either is fine. I like all of them. My favorites are my Dark Elf and my Glowmite Queen. So, I don't know. I think I'll stay with my Dark Elf for this one. Right, finished cosmetics. Yeah, the outfit combo I'm wearing is actually composed of several parts of sets, and there's lots of armor and clothing to be had. I think you got at least 150 sets of armor, and then there's like a lot of individual pieces that you can put on. I think it's 4 different sets actually. Like the hat is from the Ronin set, and the chest piece is from the gold mask set. The bottom half is from the Nox Sorcerer set, and the little bandages here on the arms and hands are from the Bandit set. So, oh yeah, and you might have noticed this obscenely long sword. I fucking love it, just because it's so long. And it's so long that the sheath actually always clips through the ground, but the developers just didn't care. They wanted an obscenely long katana that you can wield in one hand, and I love it. So, without further ado, let's try and go to where Dragon Lord Placidusax resides. So we have... This is the game world, by the way, and it's fucking huge. It's fucking huge. It's like, I don't know, 3 times the size of Skyrim or something. It really is huge. So we need to go to beside the Great Bridge, Site of Grace. There's a very specific location that I need to head down to. And let's see if I can even kill that boss. Because I don't fucking know. Lots of Elden Ring bosses, especially in the later stages, are really quite hard to kill if you're not prepared for it. Because lots of these bosses are very agile and very aggressive, to say the least. And I'm actually not choosing the best weapon to kill that boss either, because the boss that I'm about to kill is a stone dragon. Oh look, there's one of the beastmen that I need to destroy for the weapon. The weapon that he holds, I'm missing that, I think. I'm killing him. Yeah, take this. Ah, Jesus Christ. The red lightning guy is causing me some major trouble. Jesus. Yeah. Die. Okay. So, after that, I think I have to actually go down where the dude shoots his lightning. Oh yeah, right, I remember the path. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I'm just making a run for it because I think right around here should be... Ah, there it is. There's a stone platform that I'll have to drop down onto and hopefully not die. There we go. There we go. And then we have to just carefully navigate all of this down to the very base of the storm. And that storm is going to transport us to the boss arena. It's fairly straightforward if you know where to go, but if you don't, it's just like a major discovery. And going in this place is actually the only way to avert the Lord of Frenzied Flame ending if you've inherited the Frenzied Flame. Well, a part of it anyway. And there's this spot, and then I lie down, and then I just let the cutscene play. And now time just reverses. It's a pretty cool cutscene, to be quite honest. Time reverses, and the big arena is being built up. Well, in actuality, the actual arena of the boss, in world building, world design terms, in the physical 3D space, is actually on the very top of this large storm at all times. No, it's loaded at all times in the map, which is kind of cool, to be quite honest. It's always there, but you can't fucking see it because of the large storm that's raging, which is actually kind of nice. So I don't think I can kill him first try. I'm not that much of an expert. And the cutscene plays every time I try to enter this boss arena, but I can skip it. But for now, I'll just let it play. Yeah, so this dragon, most dragons, all dragons in this game are made of stone, or stone skin. And katanas are bad at cutting through stone. So I'm actually quite ill-prepared. But I just I guess I clean him anyway. Somehow. Let's see how this goes, right? Yes. A good old boss battle. Nothing like it. I could, if I wanted, summon help. Let's see if I can kill him on my own. I probably cannot, because Dragonlord Placidus Axe is actually quite hard. And I'll probably fail spectacularly. Ah, yes. I'm barely making a dent. Oh, and I totally forgot that he spits fire to his back, so... Oh yeah, I could trigger a status effect, which is kinda nice. Jesus Christ, my timing's just the worst, isn't it? I didn't even know what hit me there. Isn't that interesting? I'm actually doing quite okay, all things considered. Now it's getting real interesting, because he fucking vanishes. Ah, there he is. Ouch. I sometimes completely forget that he causes explosions. Oh no 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 no. Major hit. Yeah. Also, the music of this boss fight is just insanely good. Yeah, now I'm just making a run for it because of the red lightning that always fucks me up. Okay, so... Ah, there he is. There he is. Let's see. Ouch. I can't quite get the timing right. Yeah. Granted, I'm not using the best weapons for this boss fight, like, at all. Oh Jesus, I'm in for a rough time. I forgot he'd do that at some point. Time to run. Also, I have no more healing items, which is kinda bad for me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh crap. I'm always so ill-prepared for his laser beams. I'm so prepared for his laser beams all the time. See, I knew this would take slightly longer than I anticipated. Well, actually, it doesn't. It won't take as long as anticipated because, you know, this time I'll summon help because all I want is to get that weapon and not have the satisfaction of beating the boss on my own. But before I'll do, I'm just gonna fuck this guy up real good. So, let's throw some fire at the problem. This always works. If I'm not getting shredded to pieces, that is. Yeah. There we go. And he didn't even drop anything. Which is kinda bad. Yeah, so this spot here is not the best farming spot ever, but it's the best I can get because it's relatively close to a respawn point. Where was it again? There it was. Yeah. Uh-oh. I forgot that there was like another platform that I should have jumped on. Am I not just the best Elden Ring player that there is out there? Yeah, so... Anyway, once I stop dying and get to the Dragon Lord again, I'll summon some help. I can summon a copy of myself that will assault him just in the way I do, with the same spells, equipment, and stats. Even better yet, they'll have more health and damage resistance than I do, I think. But they need to have that because they're not really good at dodging. So, that's that. Right, let's see if we can do it this way again. And then I just run away, so the red lightning doesn't immediately kill me. And then let's see if we can kill him. This is a regular enemy in this space. But at the very beginning of the game, this regular enemy is actually a boss. Oh wow, that totally should have hit me. Interesting. Yeah, my hope is that on one of the tries on my way to kill Placidusax, I can actually get the weapon dropped, because it's more or less the only farmable weapon that I'm missing. Yeah, right. Where's the platform? There it is. I should probably heed these messages, these little glowy bits on the ground. Oh shit. Yeah. I just can't stop dying. It doesn't matter too much, does it? Yeah. So these little glowy bits on the ground, those are actually play messages from other worlds. So, this detached multiplayer of sorts, where all people are inhabiting the same world but at different planes of existence, kind of, and you can just drop messages on the ground, and other players in their worlds can read them, which is kind of nice. And kind of confusing to people who are not native speakers of the English language, because there's been instances where there's this cross-play functionality between different regions, and sometimes messages get dropped that are memes in the English-speaking community that the Japanese-speaking community just doesn't know about, and the Japanese players are stumbling upon these messages every once in a while, and that just confused a lot. Yeah, not this time, pal. There we go. And you didn't drop anything. So, would be fine if I couldn't die this time around. Yeah. Getting that weapon is going to be a chore if I keep dying on this ledge, which I usually don't die on. Yeah, there it is. There's the first platform. Carefully navigate. There we go. And drop down. Yeah, now we're talking. Nice. Good for me. Good for me. And good for the stream, apparently, because dying over and over is no fun with a guy as chill as me who doesn't mind dying in a game where dying is kind of a staple of the entire experience. So before we go, we'll pop this. In order to get more health and resistances, and we pop this. And then we are getting ready to destroy that motherfucker. Alright, skip the cutscene, and now I'm summoning help. It's a copy of myself that'll assault the shit out of this guy. And the copy of myself is probably going to die along the way, but that doesn't matter because they draw aggro. And that's an integral part of fighting bosses in this game. Yeah. The copy of myself is getting her shit kicked in right away. Yeah, I gotta say, this fight's pretty epic. Yeah, I hoped to be able to, like, not get fucked. But I'm just getting roasted the entire time. Yeah, alright then. Ooh. Where did that bit of damage come from? Nice. This is going way better. Perfect. This is interesting once more. Oh, there he is. Ouch. There we go. Oh, come on. There he is. Oh, how did that hit me? Sometimes it just does. Sometimes that game is just unfair. Oh no. Not with the red lightning again. I mean, you can't just outrun it, but it's also time that I cannot spend on killing the dude. Oh Jesus, that was a lot of damage. Oh wow, a sliver of health. Ah, I actually survived it. Nice. I dodged too early there. So I could actually make it. I don't have a lot of healing pots left, but that doesn't matter. This is cutting it close, isn't it? Oh wow. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. I'm in for a rough time. Damn. So this boss is nothing if not epic, but he dies, and I'm victorious. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a true legend. That was a legendary boss. Yeah, this boss is nothing if not epic. It's one of the most epic boss fights in the entire game, and for good reason. And I had a lot of fun doing it, but I'm also very, very happy I only had to do it twice. I remember the first time I encountered him, I think I tried about 50 times. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Nice. Can I level up though? Yes, I can. Cool. What shall I level up? I'm actually quite high, so I'll just put something into strength. Why not? Should have put stuff into arcane because that's item discovery, but I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, during low prestigious sex. So we can actually head on over to the Round Table Hall now and get ourselves a reward, which is the Dragon King's Crackblade, which is the first item on our list. And that's actually kind of nice. Okay, so there we go. Let's head on over to the corpse. Examine the corpse and get this thing. There we go. Perfect. Now there's only one weapon left on the list to get, and that's the Beastman's Cleaver, which is the weapon that the Beastman holds where I just had to run around to get to the arena of the Dragonlord. So that's just going to be copious amounts of farming beside the Great Bridge. You know what? I actually have a different idea. So there's this arcane stat that gives you item discovery. Let's see, inventory. So I need to check real quick how many level tiers I have, and I don't know where I'll find them. That's interesting. Maybe under crafting materials. Oh no, I think it's key items. That would be not very surprising. There we go. 15 level tiers, perfect. I got enough. I need one level tier to respec my character's stats. And to do that, we head on over to the Rhea Lucaria Library, Grand Library, where there sits Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, and she is caressing an amber egg, and this amber egg has a rune in it, as per lore, where this rune allows rebirth, and this rebirth, for me, encompasses respeccing my character's stats, and I can only do this with a level tier. I need one, I have 15, so I have plenty of room.
yet again be born anew.
Si, senora. Rebirth. Use a level T to accept rebirth. Yes.
Now, bear this sweeting into life anew.
Oh yeah, totally. So, as you can see here, there's tons of stats that I have. I'll put 50 into Vigor, but Arcane is what I need the most, so I'll max that out. Arcane is the stat that also gives item discovery. There's also ways to boost item discovery. It doesn't affect the rarity of the items that you get, but it affects whether or not something will drop an item or not, which means fewer runs for me, because if that beastman isn't dropping anything when I kill him, that does nothing for me. So it's best to have enough items that drop. So let's put endurance on 35 again, dexterity on 50. I need that. I don't know if I need intelligence on 50, I don't think so. But mind on 35 is good. Strength at least at 30. Yeah, intelligence, faith are both in 50 because intelligence and faith are magic stats, and the magic stats themselves allow me to cast spells. I don't need any spells for the farming though, so I kind of crap all over that, and I don't know, give me just a little bit of faith, I guess. Yeah, so Vigor on 50, I need this because I don't want to sustain a lot of damage. I want to be able to sustain a lot of damage, but I don't want to die from a single hit. So, Mind actually is how many FP I have, which will help me dodge, because the weapon that I got on my weapon currently, as you have probably seen, there's this dodge roll that I can do, but there's also this ninja move where I briefly disappear and slide around the place, and that's actually costing me FP. This is why I need Mind. Endurance I need for the stamina, of course. Strength I need just to be able to carry the weapon. And dexterity for the damage of the weapon. Intelligence and faith I would only... Well, I do need some intelligence actually, so... I need some intelligence because some part of my weapon scales with it, I think. Yeah, I guess. Let's see. Let's confirm.
Thou art now a sweeting, full, fine, and fair. My thanks for being born of my beloved egg, time and time again.
Isn't that interesting? Okay, leave. So, let's see here. Equipment. Perfect. I cannot use the Godslayer seal anymore, but that doesn't matter, because I won't need it. I only need this thing and this thing. Yeah, I actually didn't need intelligence as a requirement, but it scales somewhat with intelligence because of the cold enchantment that I got on it. So, okay, and this one scales with arcane, which is perfect because we got 99 arcane. So that's nice. Right, so for the last weapon on my list that I need to farm, I need to go here and just kill this one beast over and over and over again, which is kind of the reason I invested so heavily in Arcane. Back in Bloodborne, Arcane was a stat that was also tied to item discovery, but it also was tied to magic. Arcane was kind of the only magic that you could do in Bloodborne, and it had to do with the eldritch gods and whatnot. So that was definitely a thing. Alrighty then. So now my journey is to kill this beast here over and over again. If we're lucky, I can get it in one go. If we're not, I won't. And I mustn't forget, I totally mustn't forget to respec my character stats after I'm done farming. It drops a sanctuary stone, which is fucking useless. Oh look, there's an item I haven't picked up. Summerstone minus Spellbearing 5. Not that I would need it. Alright. Let's hop on back to the beside the Great Bridge side of Grace. So this is kind of the repeating pattern that I do whenever I farm. I pick a spot and then respawn all over again until I get what I want. But I don't think it matters too much. So, but this time I'll leave this platform down here because actually having to kill the other two beasts in order to pull open the map and just teleport myself to my respawn point should take longer than just riding the platform back up. So let's do it like that. Yeah, come on. There we go. Wow. Okay, even with 99 arcane, there's still a chance that these guys won't drop anything. Isn't that nice? And I'm not only having like 99 arcane, I'm also having like a talisman equipped that can that boosts item discovery, so I'm even beyond 99 arcane at this point, and the game still says, nope, you won't get anything. If I'd at least gotten a sanctuary stone, there would have been at least something. But no. Well, I suppose I get runes for that, don't I? Oh, I totally forgot to log on. Yeah, so, Elden Ring is my personal game of the year. It is seriously the best, for me it is, the second best From Software game ever released. The best being, again, no item drop, damn. The best From Software game being released being Bloodborne. It's just the best game ever. It's so good. The combat, the lore, the design, everything about Bloodborne is marvelous. It's immaculate, it's impeccable. Such a good game. And it's quite old as well. I think it released around 2015, if I'm not mistaken. The original Dark Souls came out in 2011, I guess? Yeah, anyway, so... But for 2022, my personal game of the year is Elden Ring, of course. I know that there's been in the gaming community some contention between Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. I personally never played God of War, so I wouldn't know. These guys don't ever drop anything, do they? So, never played God of War, never will probably, because I'm just not interested in the game as a whole. Neither in the original game nor the remake, remaster. Is it a remake or a remaster? I think it's a remake. Nor in the continuation of it, where it is like Kratos and his son and stuff. And so I will not play God of War Ragnarok. I know that Elden Ring is my #1 this year, and nothing will be able to kick it off the throne. And all I'm waiting for is Elden Ring DLC. And there's been a lot of data mining going on, and there's a lot of subsequent leaks of data hinting at what the DLC will contain, which is always kind of exciting to me. I can barely wait to get my hands on it, you know, as soon as it releases anyway. And I wonder if we can expect Elden Ring DLC to release this year. But I know for a fact that it's definitely going to be around first half of next year or something. But if the data mining is anything to go by, that DLC is going to be pretty damn huge. There's going to be another area, lots of bosses and enemies, new player customization options, and what I'm most curious about is the armor sets that come along with it, because I'm just a sucker for digital dress up, and Elden Ring has given me a hell of a time with that. So I don't know how many outfit combinations I've done. I think it's around 120. And that's just cool. There's lots of themed ones that I did too. And I just need that weapon to complete my collection. It's a little maddening. Yeah, I did a lot of outfit combinations in this game. And I just love me some good fashion souls. Or as we like to call it, Elden Bling. Yeah, let's see. I think it's good if I'll, like, farm for about 10 more minutes or so before I call it a day and maybe come back tomorrow. Farming is arduous in this game. I spent copious amounts of hours just doing that. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for the DLC, and I'll get it as soon as it drops, of course. If there's a way to pre-order it, I will. Yeah, you just die. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nope. No sword for me. Well, guess it can't be helped. Yeah, so there's lots of weapons that I could fight it with, but I've got comfortable with the katana so far. I could change it up a little bit, at least in looks, right? So let's see if we can whip up another outfit. I have something in mind. It's an all-time favorite of mine. Where we go in there, and then we need this one, and then we need where is it? That one. I like this one as well. It's also one of my favorite outfit combinations. This hood could also be red, but I favor the blue. It's called navy. It's the navy hood. And I just love the cloth physics in this game. Let's see. I think this deals more damage than backstabbing him with a heavy attack. So I'm just going for a regular backstab. This is going to take me a lot of time, isn't it? Like, this weapon only drops from these guys, and these guys don't actually drop a lot of things, actually. Like, I'm already at max item discovery. What more can I do? I mean, I could also boost item discovery with another item, which is a consumable item, but I don't think I'll have the resources to craft it. I could look in my item crafting tab. I can! Silver Pickle Foulfoot. I can make exactly one. And I shall consume it. So the Silver Pickle Foulfoot is boosting item discovery even further. And now I'm actually at max item discovery, if I'm not mistaken. Unless there's like a wearable piece of armor that does that too. But I don't know about that. Yeah, and even with that, it just doesn't work. Oh well. I'll be here a while, I suppose. Yeah, so I wonder what the future for Elden Ring holds, because Elden Ring has blown up in sales, I think. I forgot how many million copies it sold in the first 2 weeks, but it was a lot. And it just would have been crazy for the developers not to capitalize on it with some DLC. So traditionally there's between 1 to 3 DLCs for a FromSoft game. Bloodborne had 1, Dark Souls 1 had 1, Dark Souls 2 had I think 4, and Dark Souls 3 had 2. And it would be totally bonkers if Elden Ring would have like less than 2. So from what I know, the first DLC is going to be also introducing multiplayer arenas to the game, just like the DLC for Dark Souls 1 did, and it adds a completely new game world space to move around in with bosses and stuff. Yeah, let's see what it holds. There's actually no confirmed release date. There's actually nothing officially confirmed about it. It's all just data mining. But at this point, From Software should know their community well enough to anticipate data miners. And if they really wanted to, they could clean up the files, I suppose, but they just do not. The good thing about farming is, once you kill the same enemy over and over again, the moving patterns become almost second nature to you, and then you just start killing you with every attempt without further incident. This is the one saving grace of farming. Like, I farmed so many... I'm so sorry, I'm kind of tired. It's almost 4 in the morning. So, I might stop soon. Yeah. So it's actually like farming helped me get better at the game, because most of the more difficult enemies I now recognize as minor threats, because I'm so prepared to take their shit. Like this dude. And I'm actually not really all that concerned if he hits me once or twice, because I have a lot of health. I can recover from this. And I kind of know the openings for when to dodge, when to heal. Yeah. Farming is just an arduous process. Doing the same thing over and over again all the time is not that great. But on the other hand, I'm a collector, right? So I gotta do it. And this dude is literally the last enemy on my list. Literally. So this area I'm in, the crumbling Farum Azula, is regarded as one of the most beautiful areas of the game. And it is, but I just can't get into the vibe of it for some reason. Like, it's this floating city that is crumbling to dust under intense storms that are raging everywhere, with dragons flying in the sky, a perpetual sunshine. It just looks so cool. Such a cool environment. But I just can't really get into it. I don't know why. It really isn't my favorite area of the game. I'm so sorry, I'm kind of tired. Really isn't my favorite area of the game. I think my favorite area of the game is... let me check. From a design perspective, just from its looks, is my favorite area of the game Lendel, the royal capital. But in this new game, it's already been reduced to ashes, so I can't really show it. The Halig tree, the secret hidden area right here, is also just from aesthetics one of my favorites, if not my favorite. But it is not really my favorite to go through. I think my favorite area of the entire game to play through and to explore is actually the starting area here in Limgrave. This little island, and maybe the Weeping Peninsula, but the Weeping Peninsula is called that for a reason. It's like perpetual rain, and that's kind of annoying. The area of the lakes was fine too, but there's just so much water everywhere. It should have been called the area of the lake. And then there's this spot right here. This is Mount Gelmir. It's just a mountain, and I really didn't like to go through Mount Gelmir because you just climb a mountain the entire time. It's not really engaging. The Altus Plateau, which is this bit over here, is a really beautiful area. It really is. And it doesn't look as big, but it is huge, actually. Oh yeah, and then there's this one. This is the Shaded Castle, which is basically a castle surrounded by poisonous swamp. We all love it. Yeah, and then there's the Mountaintops of the Giants, which is kind of a small area, actually, in comparison to the entirety of the landmass. And yeah, it's lots of snow and ice, and I love snow and ice. It's always my favorite, but not this game. So I think the ruinous golden cities, this is my vibe. This is what I love. Big ruined cities. This is also kind of what I loved about the game Absolver. Ever heard of that? Absolver is feeling like a Dark Souls martial arts game with lots of combos and punches and kicks and jumps. It's really good. The visual style is not entirely my thing, but other than that, it's really good. It's just terribly short. So Absolver doesn't manage to keep me playing for a long time because you have to repeat the same areas over again very quickly. It's a rather small, isolated, contained game experience that I wish would have had more to it. There is a dungeon element to it, but it doesn't really do a lot for me. But there's tons of cool things you can do in Absolver, and that's kind of nice. Like, randomly players are entering the area that you're in, and they can always decide if they want to fight you or fight together with you. And that's kind of a nice touch. But other than that, Absolver is a good game, but nowhere near as good as it could have been if it was set in a bigger game world. But from what I understand, Absolver is also kind of an indie game, so yeah, I guess money and time constraints. Maybe there'll ever be an Absolver 2. And I'm gonna buy it and we're gonna play it. Yeah, I think I'll do 1, 2, or 3 more runs of this and hope that he drops his fucking weapon at some point. And if he doesn't, I'll just go to sleep. Because it's past 4 in the morning, and I'll have to get up in, I don't know, 4.5 hours, I think. Yeah. Let me try it one more time. Let's pick a different outfit for the last attempt, shall we? So, I like... What do I like? There's this one thing. I have got an idea. Let's do the Eldritch Zombie. Just have to... There it is. And then I can... there are the planet machetes. And... nah, another leg reps. I'll take... Vulgar Greaves. And then we have ourselves... an octopus head sitting atop a headless body, kind of. You know, I really like this. This is good. It looks like that octopus has just eaten my character's head and is now controlling it. Yeah, nice close-up. Alright, last attempt for today. Maybe I can get it, maybe I cannot. Maybe I'll return with more farming at another point in time. Maybe I'll do it off stream and at some point report how cool it was that I got it. Who knows? You know, the fact that it just doesn't drop anything is kind of insulting, to be honest. Maybe I can find a better farm location for next time, who knows? Maybe just respawn all the enemies, because this is what resting at the site of Great also does. And I think I'm calling it a day for now. So, thanks for watching, thanks for listening to my incoherent rambling, and I probably repeated myself more than once, which is a common trait when I try to talk over something as dull as farming. But it's also hard to concentrate on any other topics, because I'm the person that doesn't do well with concentrating on 2 things at once. But I gotta say the boss fight was pretty cool. And I'm very glad I have that weapon now. Oh look, it's a phantom. Hello. And goodbye. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll be getting ready to sleep real soon. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.